Hey guys, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. I am finally getting settled back in North Carolina. I know it's been a minute. It's been a lot going on. I did vlog the entire road trip from Vegas back to North Carolina. If you guys want to see that video, I will link it below. It is on our other channel. My husband and I made a channel. So if you guys want to see that video, I will link it below. It'll be on that other channel. And if you like the content over there, be sure to subscribe. There's only 2 videos, but whatever. Anyways, I know it's been a minute, and don't mind me if you catch me looking down. I'm laptop, notes, you know me. Anyways, if you are new here, my name is Shan. I make lifestyle videos as well as self-care, more specifically self-care with PCOS, and even more specifically my journey removing unwanted facial hair. If you're on this journey or you want to be on this journey with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's a few things I wanted to talk about in this video, but a lot of questions have been raised about whether or not my progress is on par with where it should be, or if I should be further along, and I can't really answer that question. There's no way to know at any given time if you are where you should be, because you have nothing to compare yourself to at all. Like, I can't even compare myself to another person because we're different people going on different journeys, different frequencies, all that stuff. There's no real point of measurement. And then on top of that, my journey hasn't been a straight one by any means. I've been doing a bunch of different things, trial and error, figuring out what I want to do for me. So I can't tell you if I am where I should be. The only thing that I can do is be candid with you guys on where I am at any given time. But I can say with 100% certainty that electrolysis does work, and laser also works. They work different ways, they do different things, but they both work. And I can say that with 100% certainty. Like, there's no, I won't take it back. They work. It's just one of those things that you kind of have to trust the process and really get to know yourself and your body and what you want to do for you and how you want to get there. So if you've watched my previous videos, you know that my journey has not been straightforward at all. I did electrolysis and then I stopped. And then I started doing electrolysis again more regularly so I could see better progress, and I did, absolutely 100% did. And then in about 4 months, I started adding laser into the mix. And then when I started adding laser, I started to lessen the amount of electrolysis that I was getting. I was still getting it, but I was treating it like a spot treatment. This hair over here is a little stubborn. I think we need to zap it. That's how I was doing electrolysis. I wasn't doing a full face of electrolysis. Once I started getting laser, I was only doing the hairs that really, really needed it. And laser was kind of my easy way out to get all the hairs at once and have really smooth skin in the process. And then on top of that, I also started with just doing my chin and neck area. And once I started getting laser, I started doing my sideburns. So my sideburns are not at the same level of progress as my neck and chin because I started that later. So I have a whole different journey going on than you and the next person, okay? We are just trying to figure this whole thing out together. I can't give you seamless advice. I can't, because I'm figuring it out too. You're just watching me figure it out. That's all. So you can't compare yourself to me, and you can't compare yourself to the next person. I have nothing to compare myself to. Many of you are strictly electrolysis, and I 100% support that. Many of you are also strictly laser, and I 100% support that. And many of you have asked me how to implement both because you're going to 2 different people, whereas I was going to 1 person. But now that I'm in North Carolina, I might end up going to 2 different people too. I don't know. I still have to figure that out. So we're all doing different things trying to achieve the same goal. And there's no way to track the progress. So I'm sorry if that has been unclear, but at this point it has been just over a year since I restarted this journey. So all of the videos that I've posted about my electrolysis journey go back at least a year at this point. Feel free to go check those out. Any videos you haven't seen, I will link the playlist up here. I've put all of videos, all of my videos that are related to PCOS, hair, hormones, food, anything else, they're all in this one playlist. So be sure to check those out because there might be a question that you're going to ask me that I've already answered. Now, as far as progress goes, the one factor that will affect us all is your hormones. All of us have this hormone imbalance where for whatever reason we produce too many androgens or male hormones. That includes testosterone. Our male hormones are just too high, which is causing these symptoms like male pattern hair growth, male pattern baldness, cystic acne, insulin resistance. All of those things are coming together at once. It's a huge domino effect, and hormones are really complicated. I did make a video on hormones and how different hormones affect one another and how many different hormones all affect PCOS as a whole. So I will link that. I'm not a hormone expert. I am trying to figure this out the same way that you are. Okay, I want to reiterate that I'm not perfect. I don't know 100% what I'm talking about, but there are some things that I've figured out that have made a huge difference. So this whole hormone situation it's really a sticky situation. Your insulin levels can affect your testosterone levels. Your testosterone levels being elevated will cause these symptoms that we don't want, like hair growth. But add into the mixed melatonin and ghrelin and, depression and anxiety, you've got a mix of a hot mess. Now, PCOS in and of itself is a hormone imbalance, but it's also a metabolic disorder, and it's also can be classified as an endocrine issue as well. There's a lot of stuff going on, but all of these things are a domino effect on one another. The thing I really, really want to push with this whole hair removal journey is that it's not just a hair removal journey. It is a hair prevention journey too. So if you're still producing hair, you are fighting yourself on getting rid of this hair, okay? We can't make process. We can't make progress if we're not taking preventional measures as well. The goal is to achieve hormone balance so that you stop producing the hair in the first place. Electrolysis and laser work, yes, but they're only going to work on the hair that already exists on your face. You cannot prevent hair growth with laser and electrolysis, and it's hard to tell if you're producing new hair because your hair is in these different growth stages. There's 4 stages of growth, and your hair is like on a 4 to 6 week rotation. So the hair that you have now is not the same hair that's going to be there next month. It's different. These are all different hairs. If you had all of the hair on your face at once, you'd be mind blown. You have to prevent it from the inside out. So the first 2 things that I recommend as far as working towards hormone balance is changing your sleep and diet. I 100% think that putting yourself on a sleep schedule is underrated. We do not talk about this enough. Now, as adults, we got stuff to do, right? We don't always have time to sleep. But I promise you, putting yourself on a sleep schedule is going to change your mood. It is going to help decrease stress and anxiety. It is going to overall make you feel better. And melatonin is one of those hormones that has a domino effect on all the other hormones. Go figure. I mean, all of your hormones work that way, but why not start there? That is a very simple thing that you can do, is to just put yourself on a sleep schedule. Go to bed at the same time every night. Wake up at the same time every day. I don't care if it's the weekend. Do it. Wake up at the same time. And you're going to reset your circadian rhythm, aka your body's internal clock. And it's going to just naturally start to occur on its own. You're going to get to a point where you don't need an alarm clock because your body is going to get tired at the same time every night, and you're going to want to go to sleep. And then your body is just going to wake up. is just gonna wake up when it's supposed to wake up. I have gotten to a point where around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I start to feel tired. Before that, I'm already relaxing, coming down from the day. But around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'm starting to really feel tired-ish. Like relaxed to the point where I know bedtime's coming up soon. By 8:30, 9 o'clock, I am in bed. And by 9:30 at the latest, I'm asleep. I am knocked out. It takes no time. When I first started going to bed that early, it was difficult for me to fall asleep. And I would wake up every night at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. because my body was like, you went to bed too early, girl. What are you doing? But as I kept doing it, I sleep through the night like a freaking baby. So by 9:30 every night, I'm asleep. And every morning, I wake up when the sun comes up. Anywhere between 6:30 and 7:30, my body will naturally wake up. Now, there are days that I wake up before that intentionally at around 5:30, 6 o'clock. But naturally, my body is awake by 7:30. I get a full 8 hours of sleep, if not more, since I've started doing that. If I go to bed at 10, I'm still not going to wake up until 8. You know what? I might even say I get like a full 10 hours of sleep. Unless I intentionally wake up an hour or two earlier, I think I get a full 10 hours of sleep every night. And it has made a huge difference in my mood. I know I rambled on sleep for a long time, but listen, get your sleep schedule together. Moving on. The next thing is changing your diet. Now, people hear diet and immediately it just sounds stressful. It sounds negative. We don't want to do it. But your diet doesn't have to be super duper restrictive. Now, with PCOS, there are a lot of different things that people recommend, like gluten-free, dairy-free, keto, whatever the case may be. But you have to figure out for yourself what's going to work for your body. One of the things that we do need to watch out for is insulin resistance. Now, not everyone with PCOS has insulin resistance, but the same way insulin resistance can cause PCOS, PCOS can cause insulin resistance. So just because you don't currently have insulin resistance doesn't mean that it can't happen. Because again, your hormones are out of whack and they're all affecting each other. There is nothing that's going to say, you know, you're never going to deal with this issue. And of course, insulin resistance can lead to type 2 diabetes. We don't want that problem. So if you don't already have that issue, you still want to prevent it, okay? So let's work on our diets, ladies. I know those carb cravings are heavy. They hit hard too, and I'm not even gonna be a hypocrite. I'm quick to wake up, have a cup of coffee, and eat a donut, okay? Don't come for me. I know what I'm supposed to do, okay? And I do it most of the time. It's not to say that you need to completely cut out carbs or completely cut out fats or proteins, or you actually shouldn't cut out fats and proteins. But what I'm trying to say is you do need to change the way that you're eating in order to see what makes you feel better. I am mostly dairy free. I say mostly because I do still cook with butter, and if I'm making something like an Alfredo or a cream gravy or something, I'm still going to use real milk for those things. But as far as like my coffee, cereal, things that require just straight up milk or cheese or anything like that, it's a no-go for me. And I don't eat yogurt because at the end of the day, you know, we're not baby cows. And if you want to drink cow milk, that is your business. That's your business. I have nothing bad to say about it, but I'm not a baby cow. So while I'm not sure how being dairy free has helped with hair, I can say 100% not eating dairy has helped with acne for me. I can be almost 100% sure that if I consume real dairy, real milk, my face is going to break out. Do with that information what you will. You have to figure out what works for your body. As far as gluten free, I have not cut out gluten. Really just because I just don't feel like I can commit to it. But I haven't tried it to say whether or not it works for me. So if you want to try that, try going gluten free. I don't think it's as hard as like completely cutting out carbs. You don't have to completely cut out carbs to go gluten free. But I'm not an expert on nutrition. I am not a dietitian or any of those things. So I will recommend Health Coach Kate here on YouTube. She is extremely informative and she goes into detail. She has a bunch of different videos about if you have type 2 diabetes, if you have PCOS, if you have any form of insulin resistance or any other health issues like high blood pressure and things like that. She will tell you what foods you need to avoid and why, and what foods you should implement into your diet and why. So she's super duper helpful. She's helped me a lot to understand different things that I should do with my diet. So yeah, I will link her channel in the description box below. Go check her out if you need to figure out where to start with altering your diet. Now, aside from diet and sleep, you can implement supplements into your lifestyle. So I know a lot of women swear by inositol. I have not tried it, but man, women are raving about this stuff, okay? If you don't already follow her on Instagram, go follow pcos.weightloss. I will link it in the description as well. She has gone gluten-free, dairy-free, and she implements inositol into her everyday lifestyle, and she looks fantastic, okay? She looks great. It clearly works for her. And a lot of her followers, she has a very large following, a lot of her followers swear by it as well. They've all well, not all, many of them have implemented that same lifestyle for themselves and swear by it, okay? So if that's something that you want to do, go follow her. If you want to know more about inositol, go follow her. She is an actual dietitian, I believe, or nutritionist, one of the two. Go follow her. And if you want to know more about inositol, and if you personally do take inositol and it works for you, let us know in the comments how you like it, what kind you take, because I know there are different types. Yeah, let us know. We're curious. Now, the other thing that I've heard a lot of women rave about, especially in relation to facial hair, is spearmint tea. I haven't tried it, but I do love me some tea, so I do plan to try it. And I think I'm going to try to get some and drink a cup every night and see how I feel and see how my skin does. It is going to be a little bit harder for me to notice because obviously there's really no hair on my face at the moment, but I think it's worth trying out, right? And there's lots of herbal teas that are recommended, but I mean, that's something, do your own research. If you don't like tea, I don't really know what to tell you. Try to make it taste good as much as you can. But yeah, I'm not a morning tea drinker. I'm a nighttime tea drinker, so I might try to implement that into my nighttime routine, and I'll let y'all know how it goes whenever I start doing that. And again, if you drink spearmint tea and you feel like it has helped you or it hasn't helped you, let us know in the comments. We're all curious. This is a safe zone. Let's help each other out, okay? Let us know in the comments. Last thing you can do is supplement vitamins like vitamin B12, vitamin D. However, please go to the doctor first and actually see if you are deficient in any of these vitamins. Don't just go start taking vitamins that other people take, because you might not need it at all and you're just going to end up with an excess of this vitamin. So I actually recently found out that I am vitamin D deficient. So now I take a vitamin D supplement. I'm supposed to take it daily. Sometimes I forget, but for the most part I do take it every day, at least every other day. And it's just a regular drugstore vitamin D supplement. So if you think there's any vitamins that you need to be taking, make a doctor's appointment, go get some blood drawn. They're going to test your blood for whatever vitamins you need, and they'll let you know. And of course, also implementing exercise. I would definitely do some research on this as well, because different types of exercise are better than others for women with PCOS. So doing like a ton of cardio actually isn't the best. To my knowledge, more strength training and building muscle and doing like slow weighted exercises are much better for us than running like for 30 minutes straight, which is fine with me because I hate running anyway. I'm sure most of us can agree with that, unless you like are a track star. She's a runner, she's a track star. Exercise isn't something that I do as much as I should do, but when I do, I definitely stick to the slow weighted exercise. And I think also HIIT training is highly recommended for women with PCOS as well. And HIIT training is high intensity interval training, right? Pretty sure that's what it stands for. But yeah, all of those things will help with hormone balance. Definitely start with the things that you can control, and that is how you eat and how you sleep. 100% recommend those things first, and that'll make a huge difference. So I know I've said a mouthful in this video, but if you made it this far, thank you so much for sticking around. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up so that other people can see this video. It'll really help out my channel. We're getting real close to 1,000 subscribers, y'all, so thank you so much. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe before you leave and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload, and I will see you guys in my next video.